people knew her by her will, to make it whatever she put her mind to. Late night hours up the hill, serving coffee to strangers, talking about revenue. She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone, but she knew it must rain before it grows. She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survived the wheel, even though she got knocked down and never showed. Dear Lily, where'd you go? Where's your heart at?
So I had filmed making my coffee with the Bridgerton berries and cream. Oh my goodness. I thought I'd try something different. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone and not just with white chocolate mocha. And the berries and cream, the Bridgerton, oh my goodness. I got the other one, the toffee one. I haven't tried it yet. But the berries and cream, oh my goodness, delicious. Not that I don't have enough composition notebooks, but Tomo River paper composition notebook, hello. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do exactly, because I want to get a B5 composition notebook cover. I've got one. We're going to see how this works. This is not the thickest one. This is the regular one. This is the, like a gray color from Sterling Ink. It is the mist color with the white edges. And it is a 272 page grid notebook, B5, with page numbers. You might be wondering why, when I already have like a ton of notebooks, I need anything else. Okay, this is, I have to. Oh my gosh. I like dot grid better than grid, but these are not so heavy that it's like a big deal. I was originally thinking about using this for morning pages, but I don't think I'm going to. Let's see what I got. I got a little card. I'm going to show you what else I got in the mail today. I got a little thank you card, and I got a little freebie with stickers on it. Those are really pretty stickers. And then from Kat Riles, because patron, she said, thank you. Here's the divine for your spring. This is so perfect, y'all. This feels like spring to me. This feels like where my spring is headed. And some of her stickers. Now, her stickers are absolutely gorgeous. They're so beautiful. This is from the Phases and Forest Oracle deck. I joined the Kickstarter, so I should be getting my deck whenever she gets them and ships them out, which I think is not going to be very far away. I am super excited. This is going to go in my journal. These are going to go in my journal. We're going to do a flip through of my journals. These two, these are the big ones. These are, I need to put this back in here because this came out. And if I don't go ahead and put it back in there, it's going to end up somewhere where I don't want it. There was a little piece of paper with that, but I guess we'll find it sooner or later. I need to put this in the cover. I need to, but that one's on a plastic cover because that is the AVEC. I think I'm going to start with this one because this one started in January. There it is. This is the spring edition. This is personal. It's a journal planner, and this is the studio journal. This is the studio journal. I have some stickers by a lot of different people on here. My squirrel, that's one of Bree's postcards. I love this. It's one of my favorites. I think the bear, her cat on the park bench, the swallows. There's this really pretty white flower with these green leaves, the mermaid tail. I love all of her work. My son even was like, oh my gosh, that bear. I was like, yes. I haven't been marking this, but I need to because this is art. And so far, I have done art every single day this year. I haven't skipped a day yet. This is a mess. I need to write down what I put up yesterday on Patreon because this is what I'm doing. And I know I haven't had a video up on YouTube since the middle of January, but that's what this is for. And I'm sorry if you're new here. Hello, I'm Burgess Taylor. Welcome. And it's been a while. I'm trying to gather everything together and organize everything from the studio floor up, including planners and journals and things. Oh my. So these are expenses because this is the studio. I need to go in and put stickers here and stickers here. I haven't finished everything. So I do have holidays and stuff. The week has been a sort of love-hate thing for me. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy figuring things out with this, I haven't yet made up my mind. So I was planning in here in the beginning of the year doing a number of things. Sometimes I just use the stickers, sometimes I write things, sometimes I draw things. Like, I haven't colored everything, and this was my daughter and I, Maria came over and helped me do some of the stuff in the studio. I pulled my back muscle. Turns out it wasn't the back muscle so much as it was that nerve in my left lower back. I got a shot for that Tuesday, this past Tuesday. Today's Friday. I also had a urinary infection and a kidney stone. Lovely. My first time ever having that. Y'all, I don't recommend it. Sometimes it's stickers. When it's been a really busy or crazy week, that was doctor appointments, then you can tell it ebbs and flows. This was the beginning of spring. No sleep. This was not a good week. This was my mom's birthday and Easter. This was last week. I actually got quite a bit of done, and I'm working on this right now. And then this is this week. So far, so good. And then we get to the beginning. This is, in a way, my vision board for Patreon and YouTube and social media, online work. And I have a number of things. You get what you work for, living the dream, a place I love. This is the goal eventually, to be able to travel. This was a play date. Like, I love to go swing on the swings at the park. Some swatches. I've got a lot of different things in here. This was my letter to myself in a reading, and then for January. And the pages have been through many transformations. None of them are hardly ever going to look the same. Sometimes it's mostly planning. Sometimes I do some journaling. Sometimes I do some drawing. Sometimes it's stickers and post-it notes. You know, it's a lot of different things. But I try to, whenever I do a video for Patreon or a video for YouTube for that matter, even though it's not been since January, try to put a picture of the thumbnail or a picture of what I'm talking about, what I'm doing. This was sketchbook stuff. Some pages I don't get back to. These are affirmations that I made for myself on watercolor paper. I watercolored and then put some affirmations for myself, because sometimes some of the affirmations that you find are just a little too woo-woo, and they're not real life enough for me, because my anxiety will look at that very woo-woo kind of affirmation and go, yeah, right. So I wanted to make some that resonated more with me and my neurodivergent brain. A lot of the planning stickers are from Sparkle Shine Studio. I found her on Etsy. I have ordered some stuff from Planning with K as an actual K. I've ordered some from Planning with K as a KAY. I love Coffee Monster Co. I order from there just a couple of times a year. I couldn't afford to buy stickers every single month. I can't do that. I buy them in batches a few times a year. So when I run out, I run out. Some more of those affirmations I did for myself. Still sick. We ended up with the flu, and my stepdaughter had COVID, and there were a lot of things. Pajama day, self-care. So I was sick for a bit. And then I'm trying to get better. Still not really feeling all that well, but I'm back into the swing of things and trying to practice self-care. Cleaning out the studio, trash bags. I mean, this was a mess. I had all of this stuff all over the floor. More trash bags. This is where my daughter helped me with this stuff. That's behind me back there. This is February, and doing all the things. I have this essential oil diffuser, and it has Himalayan rock salt in the cover made into the. I love it. I'll try to put a link to it below. So this is more just doing stuff, figuring things out. She's got shoes off, and it's like right at the water, and I'm like wishing I could go for a walk at the beach at this point in February. I read the Frida Kahlo book, and I watched the movie with Selma Hayek. I have the Frida documentary on, I think it's Amazon Prime or Netflix, on my list to watch, but I haven't watched it yet, and I'm going to. I got the KitchenAid mixer. I got it in red, but this was the only sticker of it that I had, but David got it for me. It's been on my wish list for over a decade. That's when I pulled my back muscle, and I think it was originally like I strained the muscle, but it ended up causing that nerve. This was the heating pad, and my pain is at like a 10. The kids were over, and I was playing with Legos with Selena. I had to pick up medication, and this was self-care, baby steps every day. I watercolored the bowl of fruit that we have in the kitchen. I did change the color of this. This was my coffee mug for Valentine's that said best friends on one side, and it had Snoopy and Charlie Brown hugging on the other side. This is a book. It's called Let That Shit Go. It's a journal for relaxing your bullshit and something and creating. I can't read my own for a happy life. I can't read my own handwriting. Along Came a Spider. I rewatched that movie. See, there's another one of Bree's. This is another one of mine, and these were part of my Valentine's. The mixer was my Christmas present. I had been reading the books, Mind Pray, Certain Pray. They're John Sanford's pray books. I found on Roku they had 2 of the movies based off his book, so I watched those. They were kind of old. One of them had Mark Harmon in from NCIS. So I've been wearing these. That's why there are pictures of them. The Doc Martin Reds. This was a different kind of sick. I made strawberry cake with whipped chocolate icing. This is journal pages I put in there from my journal. This was getting some housework stuff done and being in comfy clothes, feeling like crap. This is me practicing, and I didn't watercolor. I just I pasted it in here. I was having some fun. I was going to use them. I had done it on vellum, and I was going to use them and do like alcohol markers or Posca pen more. The good thing about doing them on tracing paper is that I can go back in and do them on other paper, either with carbon paper, whatever, and I don't have to redraw them. This is more affirmation. This is the heating pad with the shoulder and my back. I had 2 heating pads. One is the one that wraps around my neck and shoulders, and one I had on my back. This was a piece of tech I got in. These were the uni pens. That doesn't necessarily mean I got them on that day. Most of the time it does. This was this washi tape. I got these 2 from, they came in together. I really love that. That was my washi tape for March. This is my stuff for March. Like, I go in and put things in just to remind me of what I'm working on and what I want to do. And this was my Hello March, where I write to myself. Some of the things that came in March, I put in here. This is the Sparkle Shine Studios, and I got some stickers from her, and so I put the vellum thing here and put, this is her sticker, this is her sticker. These are her stickers. This is the affirmation card that I pulled for all of us on Patreon. I drew and watercolored it. This is getting stuff done. This is this little bag right here. This means it was a big editing day. I had no sleep that night, the night before, on that Tuesday night. I put no sleep, and this says pamper yourself, so get some rest. I probably finally went to sleep in the wee hours of the morning, and I slept for most of the day, and then took a shower and just kind of pampered myself and rested. So then we've got a March reset where I'm writing things down, and that was probably because I did get some rest and finally was like, you know what, I need to make some changes. I put this here because, like, the Empress and I have been trying to walk and to lose weight. So far, I've lost a few pounds, so that's going better. I've been doing yoga in the house, watching some YouTube channels. It's just beginner yoga. The pain is no joke. David is wondering if it's a kidney stone. Because, see, the back pain wasn't going away. 2 weeks later, after using the heating pad and the ice pack and stuff, I was in more pain than I was originally. I read this book by, I think her name is Christine Feehan, about leopard shifters, and it had something to do with rage, and it was pretty cool. I made us breakfast, lunch kind of stuff. The only rule is that there are no rules, and this said lucky, and I put team no sleep. So, Jelly, here's to letting go of the process for a day. Take a break from it all. Appreciate yourself just the way you are today. No self-improvement needed. I took that advice and I got some stuff done. It was more in the studio and not on camera, cleaning up and stuff while I could. I probably got some reading and some outlining done. Did have like some soup and sandwich though. David and I had a date night, movie night. This is writing some. Now, one of the things I had been doing in here is putting more personal stuff in here, and I kept noticing, I did some research on collagen, and I got this thing of the collagen powder to add to the coffee. I don't remember to do it, but a few times a week. I got to get better at that. I had Victor and Selena. I ended up getting some Tom and Jerry's ice cream, little ones, for them. I got all of us coffees, me and Maria and Victor and Selena. Coffees are hot cocos. I spent some time with them. They spent the night and I took them home. Yeah, I took them home. And then when I took them home, I hung out at Maria's for about an hour or two and just spent some time with her, and then I went home and took a nap. I made dinner. I had chicken and shrimp stir fry. That's what I made. This said Showtime, and I got this because it is for overhead for the phone. I am hoping to, I got this for the house, hoping that because my back was hurting so bad, it hurt to sit at this desk for hours editing. And I got this and I used it like once or twice. I went to the doctor finally. I ended up having some tests run, and that's how I found out that I had the urinary infection and the kidney stone stuff. And so I ended up going to the pharmacy and getting antibiotics. This was working on the studio. This actually looks a little bit neater than it does right back there because, you know, it gets worse before it gets better. I am in the middle of going through boxes. Back pain. This is another thing from Kat. I put them in my journal. I was putting them in here, but some of these are more personal. So I'm not sure that I'm going to continue to put them in here. I may, I'm not sure. So as you can see, I'm doing more personal journaling. And this came from Bree. That's her peaches. But these are the things that were going on in my life that were preventing me from being in the studio full time, which is another reason why for February and March, I didn't get as much done on Patreon as I normally would have because of all the pain. So I got this Oracle deck that is Sea Soul Journeys, and I also got this deck called the Tarot deck called the Flow. Beautiful, beautiful decks. I was inspired by pictures on Instagram about the Flow deck. I loved the pictures. So my jet pens order finally came in, and that was a few things like replacement things. Like I needed some of the lead cartridges for those Pilot Eno or whatever they are, the colored pencils. I needed some of those. I needed the blue and the red, the pale blue and the red. I got this little tiny thing to keep at the desk for certain things that are studio related. I put this quote in here. This I got for Selena. It's a little octopus violet. I got my mom a Betty Boop t-shirt for her birthday because her birthday is on the 30th of March. There's that bag. There's Miss Selena. Girls Run the World. She spent the night. Victor was in DC with the school on the school field trip. So this was my mom. I took my mom to the beauty salon. Her hair was way down here. In the picture you can see it. I have been telling her for years that she should get it cut in a layered bob, and she finally did. It doesn't really look layered, but it is. I went Easter egg hunting with Victor and Selena, and Maria and Josh had hid this really big clear egg on the top with a skeleton in it with a note that said, "Help me." They had a golden egg, and the big egg that was a rescue egg, whoever found that one got like an hour of free time for like playing a video game or whatever. And then the golden egg had $10 in it. Victor found the golden egg and Selena found that. So these are my April goals, and I put them down, and I still haven't put that in, but I will eventually. I have the B6 Sterling Ink Common Planner that I'm using as my personal home astrology, all kinds of things in here. I'm about to change things up a little bit. This is another journal. That's my art document life, but I'm not in there every day because I do this kind of documenting too. So this is my standard, which I am changing up again. I have a couple of inserts and a calendar insert, but I'm about to change that. So this was getting some studio work done. I was figuring things out. David asked me to show him something, and I did because he was helping me in here. See, David helped me in the studio. Doug helped David move the brown desk out, finally. This was my word count. I was keeping up with it on a clear Post-it. I was cleaning and sweeping and vacuuming in the studio, getting some art done. This was the magnetic bookmarks. This looks like me when I had brown hair. She's even got on glasses, and she's peeking out from a composition notebook. And I love the Very Hungry Caterpillar. In our family, that's one of the very favorite books. Like when I was little, mine was Charlotte's Web and Stuart Little and the Chronicles of Narnia. And then I got to adult books and found Stephen King in the 5th grade, and then that was all she wrote. I got the iTouch Sport 4 because I prefer round. The only thing about this is it only tracks sleep between certain hours, unlike the Fitbit, which tracks your sleep no matter what hours you're sleeping. So not everybody's on a regular sleep schedule. My husband works nights, so on his days off I end up staying up way later. I made a homemade, I'm calling it a strawberry shortcake cake. I had strawberries in the cake mix, I had strawberries in the layer in between the two cakes, and then real strawberries on the top. I found this, it had gotten messed up. The other part of the page got messed up. It was in one of my sketchbooks, so I put it in here. This is from an art journal a lady who does art journal stuff, and I put that in here. I've been going through things and finding things, and instead of hoarding them, I'm putting them in my journal. Because see, like this says studio, and I put that, and I put the thing from this lady that says that's why I do this, and I'm like, hey, that's why, this is why I'm doing this. Every day is studio day, including holidays, until when the project is done. Fans and people want results, not excuses. And then the other says, when I'm in the studio, there are no boundaries. I'm having noise issues with the new neighbor next door. He and his roommate, and he will park his truck in the backyard and blare the music. My microphone is good enough to not pick it up if it's not above a certain level. But it is aggravating to me because I can't hear myself think. The microphone may or may not pick it up. So I had them, but I wasn't going to put them up yet until I finished the studio. But I did need to know, this is one set and it had 16 panels, little square panels, like 12 by 12s. So I put them up. So I've got to take these shelves and stuff down anyway. And I told David, I said, I'm just going to keep getting a couple of packs. I'm going to do at least half of the walls in here. Maybe the long wall and this wall, I might end up having to do that back wall where the big bookcases are. But the more you have against the wall, the more muffled things are too. This was also the new moon in Aries and the total solar eclipse, which I documented. This is my desk right here, and I'm going to get it. This is against the wall this way. Right now I'm going to be putting it back this way, which is how I had it originally. But I've got this little white desk that I got for Selena that's going to go over here in a corner, and then I've got this drafting desk, which is what my red sweater is on right there. It's a wooden drafting desk. It's old school and it's small, so it's perfect size for me, who's like only 5'2", and for Victor to use, and it's going to go back there in that corner. Word count, getting things done, writing, the art of turning caffeine into words. This was Thursday. This is yesterday's page, which I've not finished. This is Wednesday's page. On Tuesday, I had a doctor's appointment. That was a big thing. I also had some things to do. I was working on a video for Patreon. On Wednesday, we had to go get our taxes done, had to go pick up medicine. We had to get gas for the mower. We had to do a lot of things. We were running a lot of errands. David was helping me move some more things. Like I got this Calex unit, the single one, next to my regular Calex unit, the big one. And I've got to finish going through all this stuff. So this is my standard, which is tarot and oracle, but I have misplaced it in the house somewhere, I think, or Selena did, but I will find it. I got the eclipse video up that I did for Patreon for my Witch's Brew tier. I got it up yesterday. Took my mom grocery shopping yesterday. And of course it started raining right when we were on our way home. And I put just winging it because I'm still figuring out how I want to do all of this stuff. I need to finish writing in the stuff. And this says room to create because that's the thing. Some of the furniture I had in here was really just too big for here. But I do miss my big red table. Real wood and iron red table. That thing was like 6.5 feet long. Now we're going to get to the personal one, which is the spring edition. Wanted to do a spring reset, and I've had this cover. I got this cover last year. There's something in the cover. So far I've got stickers on here. I will be putting this back under the cover because I don't like it like this. I like it inside, but I do add stickers to it. And this is vellum. It's always coffee time. And that's the coffee oracle card. And I was thinking, but I haven't started, about tracking maybe headaches or sexy time, or, I'm not sure. I have tracked for all of those things, but I've debated on, because I want something that I'm only tracking the one thing right here. I need to finish this. This is wake up by 7, meditation, stretches, walk, journal, art, write, clean the house, clean the studio, and bed by 11. Those are some of the things that I'm working on to help better myself. So this was my mom's birthday picture. This was Selena's jacket that I had gotten her 2 of these. One of them got stolen at school. This was a little bit bigger. Now that she's a little bit bigger, I went ahead and let her wear it because it was kind of chilly when she was over the one day. And then this is April, and I have decorations. And then we get to the first week of April. And as you can see, I'm documenting way more in here because this is a bit of everything. I wanted something that was more of everything. And then I have this, which is this week that we're on right now, and I need to finish filling this in. I was going to clean the pool out yesterday, but it was raining, and we had some thunderstorms, lightning, and I'm not getting in that pool with the net thing while it's storming. And this is the month of April, and so I have this, what I want to accomplish, and then I'll have a bit of a review, just a short one. I did add the 31st in Easter, and this is my great niece. These are some of the journals that I'm working on. I actually have a junk journal. It is a Hungry Caterpillar junk journal. I have the video. I will edit and put it up and show the flip through of it. This was getting the brown desk out of here, and I put this other little bookcase together that is not in here right now, but will be as soon as I clear away some of the stuff that I've got in here. I love this sticker. I love this sticker. It's on the front of here, the Frolicking Brains. The Windows PC is now in the dining room on the brown desk. This was the Sport 4 watch. This was the anniversary of my daddy's death. He had been dead on Thursday the 4th, 49 years. And then my granddaddy, his daddy, died 10 years and like a month after my daddy died. Every time that anniversary of my daddy's death comes around, even though it's a bit early for the anniversary of my granddaddy's death, I start thinking about it because they died exactly like 10 years and like a month apart. And it's very heartbreaking for me because my granddaddy Burgess, he was one of my very favorite people in the world. My granddaddy Burgess and my uncle Eddie were my very favorite people in the whole world. To have lost him at 17, I lost my daddy at 7, and I lost my granddaddy at 17. It was devastating. I wrote something from Winnie the Pooh. It's been many years. 49 years is a long time, but I miss him every day. I miss both of them every day. And now I miss my stepdad every day. I was very blessed. I wrote, how lucky I am to have something, and I scratched something out and have someone that makes saying goodbye so hard. This was tears, sad, but blessed is what I wrote. I have this quote that says, so I went to buy a watch and the man in the shop said, analog? I said, no, just a watch. And then I have, remember why you started, what brings you joy, your why. I've been using my Karen Dioche crayons, the Neo colors, and I love them. I love them, love them, love them. They have been so fun to use. The hint waters, I have fallen in love. I love them. This is my one for this morning. I have the blueberry lemon. All the boxes because I'm packing things up and I'm going through things because I've got to get things moved out of the way to rearrange furniture in here. I made chicken fettuccine Alfredo and a salad. And this is the loud ass music from the neighbor on this page. Yeah. I made the homemade strawberry shortcake cake here. I have that. Hello Monday. This was the total eclipse that I documented in here. The music started here. And then every day, so on this day, on Tuesday, that's when I put that up because I was so beyond aggravated. I think it was Tuesday. I might have had that wrong and it might, but I think it's not. I think it's right. I made David and I homemade strawberry acai drinks like the ones you can get at Starbucks, but I don't use lemonade. I got a steroid shot for my lower back. That was when I went to the doctor. And this was a reminder. I had put this here when I first started this to make sure I had everything ready for the taxes. This is documenting, like I have my to-dos. We got all of these done. I just didn't I did yard work. We replaced the high-vac filter. I went walking and got exercise. This is the stuff for the high-vac filter because it lasts up to 3 months. And the sticker that I have right here is the 7. July is when I need to replace it. I made my shopping list for things that I wanted out here. And this is what we had for dinner was I had bacon that I baked in the oven, buttermilk biscuits, and scrambled eggs. That's what we had for dinner. This was a video. I was doing the voiceover and the editing for the video for the eclipse, and I got it done. I took my mom grocery shopping. I was so tired after we went grocery shopping and stuff. We stopped by Chick-fil-A on our way home. That was what my mom wanted. That's her favorite place to eat. After Doug helped us take the groceries in and put them up, Doug and I ate our sandwiches and watched this new movie on Amazon Prime based off one of the games that he has played or plays called Fallout. He gave me some of the backstory for it. We watched the pilot episode, and I wrote down, there are times when I feel like I need to hustle, but I'd rather be consistent and go slow and steady. I don't have time to screw up because I'm rushing. My goal is quality and consistency. That's what I have, what I can do. And then that's it because this is today. So I wanted to share a bit of that with y'all. Like I said, I'm going to be putting these in here moving forward in my personal one. I think studio-wise, I can put the envelope on the page for the studio or something, like that.
Hours up the hill.
The sterling ink stuff is for the studio, so I can do that.
She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone.
So I'll do that here because that's for the studio.
Dreaming of the day, butterflies survive.
I think that is, I'm going to be putting in, that is going to be where I put what I study in. I have a commonplace book, but I don't want to put what I'm learning and studying in that. I don't. Let's see, what do I want to put?
Lately, your afterglow is shining brighter, waking up an easy egg.
Okay, and then I'll draw, and I'll put this sticker.
Remember her in songs, decades old, but it doesn't matter. Stumble across old memories, try to recall.
It's going to be too big. That's going to be too big. So I'll figure something else out. I'll either cut it or something. But that's where to start, where I'm going to start with the studio stuff. I may draw the composition book right here and then maybe cut out this part and put it like right here. But that's it. I hope that you've enjoyed this. I have some other journals and things that I'm working on, and I will get back to y'all with an update on those. If you'd like to see all of the journals that I'm working on, I will do it bit by bit and show you. I am making my way back, so I'm really excited. The end of this year will be 10 years I've been on YouTube. I've had to take breaks periodically because of family responsibilities and self-care. I am back. I'm hoping to have a video a week, and I'm hoping to do lives. I was going to do that, I guess, in the beginning of the year, and that's I talked about that in one of the videos I did in January, and it just didn't happen. But I'm back. I hope that you're having a good one, and I will see y'all again really soon. Thank you so much for being here. You can do all the YouTube-y things like subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and a lot of the information about how to find me and the Facebook group and different things like that are down below. Bye, y'all.